How we doing?
Good.
What you got?
How the guys look after having a day off? Refreshed? Or?
Yeah, I don't know about refreshed, but it was fine. You know, good work, both sides. Second day in pads, there are good plays on both sides. I'd say probably defense got a little bit of the better of it today, but that's good, right? It's good. We're gonna have a good defensive team.
Has that been the scenario you think from the last 3 or 4 days? The defense has had a slight edge.
The last 3, that's pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the defense is winning right now, but you know, September 10th, we're not playing each other. We're playing the Dolphins.
Coach, you talked about Alec, the snap of the football, and obviously the transition in general. But a guy like JR, who's the entire year is glad he's back out here. How has he done incorporating himself into the line in general, and how's the line responding to these games?
Oh yeah. Well, last year was tough for JR because he had to be around, but he couldn't be in the mix. And of all the position groups out here, old linemen hate that the worst. So the group is very accepting. JR's, fit right in with the guys. I think he just has to get. JR started 50-something games at Seattle, so it's not like he forgot how to play, but he just has to get back to the daily grind of it and how his body feels. He came off back surgery, so he's just got to get used to it again, and he's fine. He's where he needs to be after 5 practices.
So there's still a chemistry between the whole group that has to come together?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But at the same time, you have to cross-train guys because only one team in the NFL started the same 5 old linemen the whole year, and that was Atlanta. So, like today, Dot rotated out, being a veteran that he is, and we're trying to get those young tackles some work with the ones as well.
Vernon got his hands on another ball for you today?
I'm sorry?
Vernon Hargraves got his hands on another ball today?
Yeah, Vernon and Grimes. Grimes had 2 really nice plays getting the ball out there in that last period, and Vernon had one. JV and Elliott had one. So, hey, turnovers is the name of the game. They're doing a good job.
Going up against Deshaun Allen early quicker?
I think so. I think it, when you got a guy with elite speed, you have to make some adjustments. And I think the first, day or two, Vernon made a couple plays, but he also got beat on a couple plays. So matchups is the name of the game in the NFL, knowing who you're going against.
Beninock play a little left tackle?
Yeah, we switched. We rotated. We're rotating every couple days. We're rotating Beninock and Wester. You get in a game, you'll probably only have 3 tackles up, so that swing tackle has to be able to play both sides.
These first week or two, what's your message to Jameis? What do you want to see him do on a daily basis?
Patience. Yeah, patience. And understanding the situation that we're working on. I thought he did a really good job of that today. It's kind of funky. We start off in 2 minutes. So, in essence, we started off like we're in the 4th quarter and we need a field goal to win. And we got to 7-on-7. That was the 1st quarter. So the game was kind of backwards today. But Jameis, what he's working on, amongst other things, is knowing the situation that we're practicing that day and how he has to subtly adjust his game accordingly.
Has he been always pretty good at that, or is that something that continues to
Well, he's been good at it in real games, but I think in practice for all players, even though everything's scripted, there's chains, I think the players have a tendency to just say, practice a play, next play, next play, next play. Instead, Jameis really can't practice that way. For him to be as great as we want him to be and as great as he wants to be, he's got to understand exactly where we're at in the game.
When you're looking at areas to improve on from last year, are rushing touchdowns a big factor?
Yep, the running game in general. We were a good running team in 2015, not so good in 16, and for some reason, I talked to the guys about the things that win in the NFL. Statistically, one of the things is rushing touchdowns, and it's down the list a little bit, but it's still in the top 10, and we've talked about it. We're not specifically working on rushing touchdowns right now because when we did our running drill, we were 80 yards from the goal line, but that is an important part.
What is the measurable progress you look for in Jameis as he begins his 3rd season?
Oh boy, there's a good question. You throw that word measurable in there. Then I can't just throw out a BS answer. I have to really think about it. Well, we actually have people that chart everything Jameis does every day, and they give us a report. So, I know his completion percentage, his 3rd down percentage, his explosive percentage, how many times the passes he throws were dropped. We have a precision percentage on his accuracy. So those things are all measurable. and I think there's a place for those. Personally, I have a tendency to go by my eye test, how I see it, to be honest with you.
And how do you see it?
I see it as slow and steady progress. Slow and steady progress. But again, anything that a player is working on, we don't just go in a meeting, watch a few clips of film, tell them one time, and they come out here and magically it's perfect. I mean, it just doesn't work that way. Everything's a process.
How did the kicking competition go today?
They told me, I was watching the alignment. They told me that one of them was 5 for 8 and one of them was 5 for 7. We did try to put them in pressure, you know, in that 2 minute. We had some long field goals, some 55 and some 56. You know, from just how I was watching the hurry up drill when we were trying to get reps there at the end, it didn't look great to me, but I really wasn't watching the kicks. I was trying to get the line set up. But we'll see when we go in.
It was a safety competition squaring up in the first week.
Yeah, it's good. You know, there was no competition in the spring when you asked me because 2 of those guys weren't out there. But you can see J.J. Wilcox getting better every day, and Justin Evans, same thing. He's getting better every day. He's probably a little bit slower. I mean, J.J.'s played football in the NFL, and Justin's feeling his way a little bit like several rookies are. And then Keith Tandy, Chris Conti are real solid, just doing what we would expect them to do right now. Okay, we good?
Thanks, Dirk.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Coach.